This is a 2025 Buick Enclave Avenir. And this is nighttime. I've already reviewed this Enclave, and I came away honestly quite impressed with its comforts, quietness in the cabin, powertrain power, and its general serene, calming nature. One thing that Buick spent a lot of time was the lighting. LED lights outside for both the head and the tail lamps, and a lot of ambient lighting inside. So it made me want to show you guys what this car is like to drive at night. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Just as we turn the wheel, you can see corner lights pop on. And just as we get moving in just a moment, the brights are going to pop on. And you can see that these are very effective brights. It gives me a lot of visibility going down the road. I really appreciate that. A good set of headlights on a rural road makes a massive, massive difference. This is powered by a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. You get 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. That then goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission, and in this case, onto all 4 wheels. It is a front-wheel drive SUV as standard. All-wheel drive is a $2,000 option on every trim. The 3 trims are Preferred, Sport Touring, and this Avenir. This Avenir being the top-of-the-line model. This is a very big SUV. It's a very stylish SUV, and it's definitely an SUV that leans on the ride side of the ride and handling spectrum. That said, it is a fully competent structure. The chassis does respond to your inputs well enough. It's just awfully soft. Because this is an Avenir though, we do get adaptive shock absorbers, and if I put it in the sport driving mode, that does firm things up a nice fair amount and makes it feel a bit just more appropriate to me. One of the things that impressed me the most about this car was the really good cabin isolation. Buick does include an acoustic laminated front windshield and acoustic laminated front side windows on both the front doors, and that really helps keep out noise. There's a lot of sound deadening material in here, and it's just generally well put together. You also get heated seats, ventilated seats, and a heated steering wheel, and massaging seats. So this Avenir trim does work hard to keep you comfortable. And I go into way more detail in my main review, which is already up, and I do invite you to check that out. I will have a link to that in the description, and it should pop up on the screen right now. One of the ways a car makes you feel comfortable when you're driving at night is really good visibility. And so far, this Buick is definitely delivering in that department as well. One of the many driving aids that this Enclave comes with is automatic high beams. So I haven't touched a thing. Whenever there's oncoming traffic, the lights will shut off and go to standard beams, and then as soon as we're clear, the high beams pop on again. That's really nice. They just turned off right now because there is opposing traffic coming. As soon as we pass this traffic, it should pop right back on. Let's find out. There we go. So this does not have active headlights. The lights do not move as you turn the steering wheel, but there are corner lamps that will illuminate as you make sharper corners. So that is a way to see around sharp corners as well. I also definitely appreciate that. Also, in the tail lights, you do have a beam that goes right across the full width of the Buick. So this is an easy to see car when you're ahead of other traffic as well. And considering how well these lights work on a rural road like this, I have high confidence that it'll be great on the interstate. But let's pop on the interstate and see what it's like there. There those corner lights come on as we get on the on-ramp. Oh, did I mention that this car also has Super Cruise? Yeah. So I'll just be like this, hanging out while we go on the freeway, and yeah, it's lighting up the interstate really well. It's also disciplined about when to have the brights on versus the standard lights. There go the brights right there, and they kicked off again almost immediately after that because we are coming up on some traffic. We are currently on a concrete paved hunk of interstate right now, and it's still pretty darn quiet. And now we're going to be on some asphalt. Yeah, and it's even quieter. It's doing a great job. It's also changing lanes for me. Now we're on asphalt. Low traffic here generally, but enough that we don't need the brights. But it's a well lit, easy to see the signs and the lanes and everything. High marks for this Buick Enclave. Really comfortable and comforting to drive at night. All right, let me pull over and show you the ambient lighting a little bit, because that's another nice feature of this car. Of course, I already showed you how the car welcomes you as you walk up to it. It knows that the key fob's getting close and it lights up for you. And that gives you a glimpse of the interior lighting and the ambient lighting inside. But there's actually something else I wanted to show you first. Even when you're loading this car up, you get a lot of light from a source here, down here. This is a really well lit cargo area, even in the very dark. And I can lift up this tray and get a good view of what's in here as well. You can see the shadow of my camera as I hold it. So that's really nice. Easy to see the light to close it again. So loading this car up in the storage area, that would be easy. Then as you open the driver's door, you are welcomed with your 30-inch display, and all the lights are lit up to give a nice view of the 3-row interior. And here's another look at the ambient lighting. You see it on the doors, you see it across the dash here, and then in the back like that. Lots of ambient lighting in nice little places. There is the 30-inch screen again, both the instrument cluster and the center display. Now with the engine running, the ceiling light shut off, but the screen is still lit and the ambient lighting is still on. You can adjust the brightness. That's done right here. It's currently at full bright. That is at its dimmest right there. And as you can see, it takes a couple seconds to dim. It has like a subtle, slow dim. And then if you raise it back up to bright, it slowly illuminates back to bright as well. And there's little ambient lighting here. There's ambient lighting in the cup holders. There's ambient lighting gracefully put in different parts of the cabin. But these lights right here are the most obvious, and you can change the color. There's the ambient lighting button right on the center display. And from here, you have this general setting. And then as you press it, you have several different shades of those different primary colors. I generally like blues, and this looks like a nice blue to me. And you can see that that's what the interior looks like now. Very nice. And some people say red is more calming. That, I don't know. That looks a little bit more sinister to me. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely different. So you see it on those main lights here, but also the cup holders and your smartphone charger, all those lights change to the different color. I really appreciate that. That's that subtle detail that really just adds just that extra component, that extra little bit of personalization that I appreciate. And I am going to go a little bit dimmer for the center display as well. So not only do you have a lot of features in this Buick Enclave Avenir, you have a lot of cargo space, you have a lot of passenger space, and you have a lot of ways to make it a comforting space when you drive the car at night. I think the LED headlights and the LED taillights illuminate things really nicely. I think it illuminates itself nicely, and I think Buick did a fantastic job with the interior ambient lighting as well. So yeah, this would be a wonderful, wonderful car to drive at night. I'm Robin Warner. Thank you very much for watching.